Let me make sure I've got us both unmuted. That's usually a thing. I don't want us to ring back, though. Caleb, give me a check.
Check, check, check.
All right, so one of these needs to go. Check again.
Check, check, check.
You guys let us know in the comments section before we get super far into this. What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. We are back with another episode of the Movies Are Terrible Live podcast. I'm the host, Jeremy Branch, and I'm joined, as always, week after week with the man, the myth, the legend, the Caleb Miles.
What's up, man?
Just hoping that our audio's all in sync.
Just seeing if it is. Yeah, no, that's always the important thing.
All right, it says it sounds like your mic isn't on, but I believe it is now.
Like your mic isn't on?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know.
Man, my
like his mic isn't on. I don't know if it's mine or what's going on.
It might even be my new Raiden and Scorpion back there whose mics aren't on.
Caleb sounds like he's in a tin can. You son of a bitch.
Let's see. That's interesting.
Because I sound fine on my end.
Now, check.
Check, check, check.
Maybe that covers it. Do you have volume over on your side you can bump up a little bit?
Yeah, man, for sure. Like just the gain.
Yep. We're going to see if we can get it on point here. Mark just said Caleb's a little lower than Jeremy's.
Okay.
I bet we're good.
Troubleshooting is the most exciting part of the podcast.
It is, man. It is. It's great we have a room full of producers to help us keep our shit tight.
To let us actually know what the hell we're doing. There it is. There's my gain. Ooh,
here we go.
Yeah.
So, we got a fun show tonight, guys. We got a bunch of stories. We got some Patreon user-submitted topics from the Team Terrible MVPs. We got some weird news. We got some Florida man stuff to talk about. And as always, we like to kick it off with what are you watching in the last week? And I know me and Caleb have seen a couple of different things that we're going to discuss. Before we do jump into that, make sure to head over and check out Terrible Apparel. See if you want to get yourself some Team Terrible merchandise. I know you look so swell in it. So head over there and take a look at all the products that we got and grab one, take a picture of yourself, pantsless, post it on social media, and say, I'm a member of Team Terrible. Blur your junk out. So wearing a shirt of ours, completely bottomless, with a blur over your junk, hashtag Team Terrible. It doesn't. No, you're right. You're right. No. Yeah. Actually, send it to us. Send it to us unedited. We'll edit it.
We'll blur.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. So this last couple of days, I've been just the past couple of weeks even, I've been watching a lot of Joe Bob on Shudder. So like the stuff that I've been watching, not very new, not very popular, not going to really move the needle for anybody. But I watched Maniac Cop 1 the other day because Bruce Campbell stars in it and he co-hosted the episode.
Oh, that's cool. He co-hosted. I've seen Maniac Cop.
You have?
Yeah, of course I have. I've seen all the more random, weird shit that no one's seen.
Random fun fact. There are two actors in Maniac Cop, and both of them have the same nickname. It is Bruce Campbell and Robert Z'Dar. What are their nicknames?
In real life?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never knew Bruce Campbell even had a nickname.
So it's not probably,
Still low. Let's see what's going on.
The answer of all things is the chin. Both Robert Z'Dar and Bruce Campbell, well known for their chins. Can't hear Caleb for shit.
Yeah, that's so weird. Let me turn this up.
I know it's going to get echoey when I do what I need to do.
Yeah, let me see. I mean, I can get like right up and just make love to the mic. That's what I can do.
That sounds sexy. Let's see.
So just get there. Dude, let's turn this into ASMR.
All right. So right now, I've got desktop audio, mic auxiliary, and audio input capture. I'm coming through mic and audio input capture, which means I'm probably sound echoey like a tin can. Now that I've talked for a second, Caleb, talk to me for just a second.
So yeah, let's see if this works any better.
Yeah, I'm curious if we're going to get an echo back. And I don't want that in the podcast, but we got to be able to hear you. So
yeah, I wonder what's going on with that, because not an issue we normally have.
Martial Arts Film Freak in the chat. What up, dude? Patrick McCabe, Mark McKeever, King of the Hills 34, Elijah Jeffries. Welcome to the conversation, Elijah. Glad to see new faces in here. Come on, guys, talk to me. Talk to me in the chat. Let us know what's up.
It says better lost the echo, so I still don't know if I sound good, but at least its echo's gone.
How was that?
That was not good.
Yo, all right. So I watched Maniac Cop. It was cool. It was neat to see Bruce Campbell co-hosting it. Bruce Campbell seems like a super chill dude, and we've actually got a story that revolves around Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi, and some other stuff coming up a little bit later. So we'll circle back around to that. But Caleb, I know one that you want to talk about a little bit is another one that I've been watching, and it's called MODOK.
Dude, so in this week, I've watched a Zack Snyder film, and I've watched a Marvel property. And the Marvel property is my must-watch of the week.
Ooh.
MODOK is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's literally perfect. I have one episode left, and I'm trying to wait. I'm going to watch it on the actual big screen on the projector because I want to finish it like theatrical finish, because it has so much heart. It is a love letter to Marvel. It's a love letter to comic books themselves. It gets into some of the real obscure and ridiculous parts of Marvel, like Armadillo and the guy who's the rock guy who sings and screams. I cannot remember his name, but anyway, and it's incredible. Like, I literally think it's nearly a perfect show.
So for those of you that haven't watched it yet, it is a Hulu comedy. It's kind of cool because obviously this is a Disney property that they decided to put over there so that it can be more in line with like your Robot Chickens, your Family Guys, things like that. And it's actually done in the traditional stop motion style. I like the character designs a whole lot. And I got to say, Patton Oswalt is just reliably good as a voice actor.
Oh, he's incredible. I like him as a comedian. I like him as an actor. I like him as a voice actor.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've definitely been enjoying it. I think I've only seen 2 or 3 episodes, and I'm just kind of watching it slowly. It's something that I'll put on before I'm going to bed and just kind of chilling out. And yeah, man, it's funny, and it has a Robot Chicken vibe to it.
So Seth Green is one of the producers.
I thought
he
so.
does work on it.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, obviously the
visual,
yeah, way more refined, way more polished than anything in Robot Chicken.
Yeah, I never was really a big fan personally of Robot Chicken. It reminded me more of like bite-sized stuff more than like an actual show. And I liked this is much better for me personally. Like, I am blown away. I expected to like it because this is right in my wheelhouse. It's nerdy, it's adult animation, love it. That's my jam. But I think this is every bit as good as some of the greats, for me, at least the first season is. I'm talking the Futuramas.
Oh, wow.
The Rick and Morty's, the like top tier stuff that I genuinely loved. For me, this is up in that upper echelon of adult animation.
Hey, what'd you think about season 3 of Disenchantment?
It was all right. It's kind of losing me.
Yeah, I'm not wild about that show, but it's fine. But yeah, it's fine. Nowhere near the level of Futurama or something.
No, nowhere near. I think it's better than Simpsons, but I don't think it's incredible.
You think it's better than current Simpsons?
Than all Simpsons.
Oh, come on, dude. Why would you say something like that, man?
I'm just not a big Simpsons fan.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big Caleb fan.
Simpsons or South Park?
Really?
Which one? No, I love South Park.
Oh, South Park, dude, all day. Unfortunately,
I love South Park.
Yeah, the first I don't know, 7-8 episodes of The Simpsons are top tier adult animated stuff. Obviously, they paved the way for even King of the Hill, Family Guy, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, they outstayed their welcome for so long that they've been shitty more than they were ever good.
So for me, they're like, something that you respect. It's like my opinion on Dragon Ball Z. Not a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Respect the shit out of it because I love Naruto, because it's clearly the lineage of that. That's how I feel about Simpsons. Like, I don't find Simpsons particularly funny. I don't, really get into that. But I respect it because so much that I love was birthed because of that.
Yeah, for sure. Whereas South Park, I feel like it's had dips, but it's still fucking funny.
South Park gets better every season almost.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
It's impressive.
There's something about just putting them out week after week that keeps it super topical and fresh, and I feel like that is the formula for like doing topical shit.
Yeah, to me, they are some of the best satire personally for me. This is South Park.
So we talked a little bit about MODOK. But by the way, are you like, is MODOK a Fantastic Four or X-Men villain? Like, where does MODOK fit in?
I always know from Fantastic Four is where I had always known him from.
Yeah. I'm not. Go ahead.
They make a reference to the toy. The toy that they show is a toy that I actually had as a kid, which I found really funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, yeah. MODOK is such a weird ass character, dude.
He's perfect for this type of show.
So Army of the Dead, man. Both of us watched Army of the Dead.
We've both seen it twice now, right?
Yes. Okay. And I don't really know where we can start off the conversation other than we'll just kick it off with general thoughts and then we'll kind of have some fun with the conversation. Instead of giving it a very scholarly review, we'll talk about some of the shit that actually happens in it because I had fun with it. So if you guys have not seen Army of the Dead, just be aware we are going to be talking to each other as if we've seen it, because we have. And if you haven't seen it yet, just add this video to your favorites, go check out the movie, and then once you're finished, you can come back and check this out. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that you've either seen it already or you're not all that worried about spoilers. So first of all, my general thoughts are this is one of my favorite Zack Snyder movies. I think it's a fun premise. I like the kind of set dressing of all of it. The fact that it's in Las Vegas just allows for some really fun visual stuff. It's definitely a kitchen sink kind of movie. There is nothing that Zack Snyder did not figure he would fucking go ahead and throw into this thing. I like the cast. It definitely leans very heavily on other movies, in particular fucking Aliens. Like it's very, very, very similar to Aliens. But I also think that it's got a lot of rewatchability in it despite its insanely long runtime, which I'm sure we'll have thoughts about that. So all in all, I thought it was pretty good. It's not a great film, but it was one that I enjoyed watching.
I absolutely loved it. It's a big, loud B-movie, zombie movie that knows what it is, has a lot of fun, has a cool visual style, though. Although I could see, for me, it took me a bit to get used to, but I could see people with the shallow focus and that he used. I could see that actually being a thing that makes this unwatchable, if I'm being honest, for certain people. It's a very different choice. I enjoyed it. I think it's great. For me, it's like a 9 out of 10, mainly just because it knows what it is. It has a lot of fun, and I just loved every second of it. I want to hear more about the aliens thing, because that's something that I'm not the only person I've heard say that. For me, I didn't get alien vibes to it. I mean, no more than I feel like Aliens was influenced by other zombie films prior to it, like for me it wasn't a big thing, but so I want to hear your take on that.
So what's the name of the Puerto Rican? Well, actually she was in brown face, and
that was the one that I could definitely see.
She has the red bandana. So that I feel like is a nod, right?
It probably is. The girl with the big gun.
Yeah,
Aliens.
Yeah, for sure. And when you look at the end of the movie, just a little example is when the helicopter comes up from the horizon line. They're like, oh my God, Bishop left us. The Bishop left us. And then all of a sudden Bishop comes raising up from next to the platform. And then all of a sudden the queen alien comes out onto the roof in the same way that the Omega zombie comes out onto the roof. And there's like that final little conflict. They took it further in Army of the Dead. I would imagine a lot of the stuff is like lifted wholesale and repurposed as an homage, but I don't know that. He might have been trying to slide it in there on the slide, but I didn't get that impression. I feel like it's very clearly hitting on a couple of the things in Alien.
So you're probably right, because to me, I don't feel like he was trying to be overly original with this. To me, it felt more like very much a kitchen sink approach, but like he's like, we're gonna have it all. We want fast zombies. We want aliens in the movie. We want, robot zombies that are totally unexplained.
Yeah.
That I still don't understand. And it just seemed like he threw everything at it, and it definitely had a lot of stuff that was completely unoriginal, but it also threw in some things that I've never seen in a zombie film, and take this all with a huge grain of salt, because a zombie movie has to be really, really, really bad for me not to love it.
Sure.
Like I love zombie movies. I kind of like my critic hat and my normal thing that I can't turn off completely turns off every time I watch a zombie movie.
Yeah.
And so he provided a couple of things. I actually liked the idea of the smart zombies. I actually liked that the alpha zombies necessarily weren't undead. They weren't actually zombies. I thought that was interesting. I liked the fact that he had a mate. I liked the fact that the hibernating zombies, like it was a lot going on, but all of it, I was like, okay, cool. Yep, I like it.
Yeah, dude, like Snyder really embraces the, like you said, B-movie roots of the zombie genre. I mean, even in the original Night of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, excuse me, it's alluded to that the zombies are potentially of alien origin. I mean, that's a very 1950s B-movie thing. So I like that. I like that, like you said, it's unapologetic, but oftentimes with Snyder, I have a difficult time, like, pinning down what is self-aware and winking and what is just like kind of crazy false drama, like the lady I was just mentioning with the red bandana. Dude, I liked her scene. I liked when the hibernating zombies and all that stuff and how the guy kind of threw her off the path. She was like so close to getting away and then overwhelmed and then so close to getting away, and they just like all stand there and watch her get fucking eaten at the very end of that.
So for me, I felt like all of it was self-aware.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong, and maybe it's taking itself more serious than I thought it was. For me, it didn't feel that way. Sometimes not sometimes, I would say actually most Zack Snyder films take themselves very serious. This is, this to me was not that. It was a very different tone too for him. It had a lot more humor than most of this stuff did.
Yeah.
Very different tone for him. I enjoyed it though. I was not expecting it. The opening credits for me, I was sold. One part that you hated that I actually loved was the hero shots at the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like sold.
It's silly, dude, but I can appreciate the fact, like, especially if what you're saying, he's just having fun with this movie, and I'm for that, especially if it's going to be a really weird, huge budget genre movie. Like, that's something we don't get to see very often. This was like on the scale of World War Z, only that movie was really fucking serious, and this one is just more a good time. I really did like the showgirl zombies at the beginning. I wish there was more of that kind of imagery in it. I love the tiger. That was freaking badass.
Tiger was awesome.
Yeah,
and
dude.
The shallow focus works really good in one of those scenes. It's my favorite scene with the shallow focus, where the tiger comes up behind someone and he's completely out of focus almost the entire shot until he attacks.
Yeah.
Super cool.
So, okay, follow me here, and maybe I'm overanalyzing this. I like the shallow depth of field. That's a cool look. However, because of how big the scope of the movie is, it takes this huge setting, and maybe this is a stylistic choice, but it makes the conversations between the characters are so much more focused on the characters and the drama, because you can't see anything going on around them. And that's kind of cool if that was the design of it, but I felt like what would have been dope, and again, this is just some random thing that I was thinking, is like, what if when the alpha zombies were around, it created that weird haze that was like disorienting, like you can only see so far, but there was no strategic or thematic reason why it was used. It was just a stylistic choice that he went all in on, and sometimes I thought it looked great, but then there was other, like the queen zombie, like she's all up in the face and it's a super clear shot, and then she just backs up like 1 foot completely into this haze.
it's like 6 inches. Like she barely threw that, and it goes in complete haste.
Yeah.
I liked it. It took me a while to get used to, especially I was watching on the big screen with the projector. So at first I was like, "Oh shit, my focus is off," and I was like playing with the focus. And I was like, "Oh no, this is just super, super soft, shallow focus," you know.
Uh-huh.
But there were certain things that I definitely liked about it. So visual effects wise, I thought it actually helped long term. You know, I feel like it made some of the CG look better, made it look almost more realistic, even though Netflix is not the best, you know, and when they're CGI. I mean, this was not a huge budget film. And another thing that I like, it gave it this very like dreamlike, ethereal quality juxtaposed to this harsh environment. And it really worked for me in the horror scenes, the sleeping zombie scenes, all of that, because it does give you this sense of everything sunk in on you. You can't really feel, you can't really breathe. And I felt it worked there. But there are times where it's like, okay, I'm seeing the back of a car and something's happening out there that I can understand not loving or thinking it worked. I liked it though.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's a mixed bag. I'm not going to straight up condemn it for that simple thing because I do feel like a lot of times it looks fantastic. I like the Alpha Zombies, and I do feel like there is something to the fact that Zack Snyder evolved the zombie genre. I also, you know, I saw Omega Man with Charlton Heston when I was incredibly young, or, you know, what was the I Am Legend, the remake, and
Last Man on Earth.
Yes, and it
My
also...
favorite, man.
It toys with this idea of the civilization of vampires, and it unfortunately doesn't really dive into it as much. One of my favorite scenes in Army of the Dead is when they go into the alpha zombies lair type thing, and all of the other alphas are around them. Like what you said about ethereal, it's got this kind of surrealist, strange quality to it, and I really... I like that. I would have liked to spend a little bit more time in their world than just strictly the characters doing the heist thing. I liked that shit a lot too. I thought the heist stuff worked pretty good, but for me, there's always an inevitability that everybody's gonna fucking die. It's like zombie movie rule 101. Nobody gets to live. We get like one person that lives at the end of this, but because of that, like a byproduct of the genre, and this doesn't really speak to Snyder's film or how he could have done it different, but like, I don't give a fuck about anybody because I just expect them to all die, so it kind of fucks up the suspense a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's just problem with zombie films.
Yeah.
You know, in general, as you know, most of them are gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. For me, like I loved it. Is it a perfect film? No. I thought it was fun. It was the most fun I've had in a zombie film in a long time. I feel like a lot of zombie films that I've loved recently have gone the other way, where they're trying to be very serious, like Girl with All the Gifts. Incredible film. But it's very serious.
Yeah.
And this was kind of, it embraced the camp of the genre that I felt was really good. And it just was such a love letter. And also, I'm unapologetically a Snyder fan.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's incredible. Even though when he misses, I think he misses in such incredible fashion, you know, yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. What'd you think about Dave Bautista as the lead?
He's great, man. I'm a big Bautista fan. He's definitely somebody that like I root for. I almost wish somebody would ask Dwayne Johnson about him at like an interview so that he would have to just like own the fact that he's not near as good as Bautista.
No, like Dave Bautista is not just a built dude, and not to take away from Rock. I think Rock has incredible star presence just as a human being. But like Dave Bautista is like a legit actor.
Yeah.
Like, this dude can legitimately act.
Yeah, man. If he was less huge, I mean, it would open up so many fucking doors for him. And that's just kind of the society we live in, where almost like being that muscular kind of limits your roles that you can play. But
well, he said his dream role is Ernest Hemingway. That's if he could play any role.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Which I, like, after seeing this, yeah, give it to him. You should just lose a ton of weight, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, as somebody who loved Godzilla versus Kong, I can't be like super, super critical of anything. I get how it is to just like something, and I did. I thought it was fun. I liked the Tig Notaro scenes. I thought she was one of my favorite parts.
Incredible.
Yeah, dude, super funny.
Yeah, I actually put it in the same exact vein as Godzilla versus Kong. Like, it's a loud, crazy movie that knows what it is, doesn't take itself too seriously. It's like, hey, you're gonna just enjoy it along for the ride. And for me, the runtime flew by. Like, I was shocked when it was done. I was like, oh man, that went by real quick.
Do we get a sequel?
Yeah, they already said we're going to. Plus the anime series.
Yeah, I heard about that one. I knew that one was coming out. Like, what do they call it? Something Vegas. Like,
yeah, I can't wait.
Lost Vegas. Yeah. I'm excited about that. I would really like to see where things are going. It's got like a Westworld vibe, you know, because like you mentioned, there's the aliens, the robots, a potential time loop. Maybe the guy who lived at the end ends up being Zeus, I've heard people say.
It's definitely interesting with the time loop thing that they touched on so much stuff, and we're like, yeah, we're not going to address it. You know,
I loved that shit though, that when that character was telling him like, maybe this is a time loop, maybe we've been here before, because he's clearly fucking with him.
But they are really wearing all the same clothes, and you're like, are they really, or is he just picturing that?
That's fun, man. That's fun. I appreciate that. It is shameless sequel bait, but at the same time, I feel like this could be a good one for it.
Another way where it was a very much a love letter, and we won't get too into it because it's a little heavier subject, but the commentary. Zombie films have always had commentary, and in my opinion, they've always been over exaggerated at how good zombie movies comment on social commentary. I think they're people really make it sound like they're like, I love Dawn of the Dead, but like it's this biting satire on consumerism. I think it's a little overblown personally. And I felt like Snyder definitely went with commentary, political commentary that I felt was the same way. I felt like it wasn't necessarily like super intelligent or biting or anything, but it definitely, again, paid homage to the roots of the genre, which I loved.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I'm curious to see what the dude does next. I've had it's been an interesting year for Zack Snyder, I think in particular. He's
Do you know who I was actually thinking this the other night after watching it. You know who is like my Zack Snyder for you? Like for your version? It's someone who makes a very specific type of movie that I 9 times out of 10 just don't like, but I get it why people do. Is why can I not think of his name?
Robert Rodriguez.
No, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, yes. I want to say Tim Curry for some reason. I was like, but no, like Tim Burton does a Tim Burton style film. And if you don't like Tim Burton films, you're probably not going to like Tim Burton films.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what he does. And there's something about directors, even ones that I particularly don't connect with, you gotta love it, man.
Yeah. I mean, just to have a distinct voice, a distinct style, and to be able to, whether you're working under Netflix or Warner Brothers or whoever is carrying this particular property, to be able to keep that singular vision intact. And Tim Burton's another really good example of that. Like, it doesn't matter who he's making a movie for, it is damn sure going to be his movie. And I think people hire Zack Snyder for that now. So, you know, I think he's got bright things ahead of him. I feel like he's kind of hit a turning point in his career where even square film critics and movie reviewers like myself are like kind of coming around. I root for him, man. Like I've said a bunch of times, I root for Zack Snyder.
Dude.
Yeah,
he seems like a really cool dude.
Yeah.
Also, Cat Drums 3 has great taste. He said, I want my 3D Owl sequel, Zach. Me too.
Yeah, man, dude, you're always talking about that. I need to check it out. Check it out. The Owls of Ga'Hoole. All right, we'll switch gears. Let's go ahead and talk about some of this week's weird news headlines. So apparently over in North Korea, they have finally decided that there will be no more skinny jeans and no more Theo Von in the country of North Korea. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't. This is literally my first
This is
time.
ridiculous, bro. So Kim Jong-un came out basically as a fight against capitalism and has decided that people in North Korea are now banned from skinny jeans and mullets as part of his regime's crackdown on capitalistic culture among youth. And I don't mean to sound too much like a fashionista, but people haven't been wearing skinny jeans since like 2019.
No, I mean, so what's back in is like the 90s style big baggy jeans, which are disgusting.
Agreed.
Oh, like as someone who you and me probably both wore those, I know I did. They're disgusting. Yeah, I feel like right now, like maybe just my age, just like wear normal jeans, not like super skinny, but not like big baggy jeans either.
I wear stacked jeans. They're the perfect mix of both. You know what I'm saying? They're tapered at the bottom and they're like snug around the calves and ankles, but they're a little bit looser in the seat.
Yeah, mine are just pretty normal jeans right now. I'm wearing like normal khakis, but they do have tears in it like a true douchebag.
Regular? Is that what the cut is? Regular?
I have no idea. I literally don't give a shit. I pick up jeans, I try them on. If they look good, I wear them.
I've always been pretty particular about it. And not that nobody's wearing skinny jeans anymore. Clearly people are still wearing skinny jeans. But just like true to North Korea, they're just now finding out about some shit that was going on 5 years ago. You know what I mean?
Funny, man. It's so random, too. Like, that's going to be the downfall of their communism is skinny jeans.
People are about to push back.
Misplaced anger, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, and seriously, if there is one haircut that's worse than the Theo Von, it's the fucking Kim Jong-un. You know what I mean?
He should, if he's going to outlaw any haircut, it needs to be his own.
Well, I was reading comments that are like, there's only ever been allowed to, like, you can only have like 3 different haircuts. Like, you go into the barber and you get the A, the B, or the C, and that's it.
That's what, at this point with my long ass hair, I'd be willing to do that. Give me any of the 3 haircuts, I'll take them. I should just get a Kim Jong-un and just be like, ride it with it.
Oh, yeah. People would think that was super cool.
I'm sure they would. People would be like, that's a cool guy. Look at him with his ripped jeans and his Kim Jong-un haircut.
An invasion of capitalistic culture could cause the country to fall like a damp wall, according to the article and reported by the news agency. Youth especially needed to guard against the exotic and decadent lifestyle of capitalism. Then they go on to say, we must be wary of even the slightest sign of the capitalistic lifestyle and fight to get rid of them. When I think capitalism, haircuts and pants are so far down that fucking list, dude.
Yeah, I could see, honestly, if you're going to say anything and just because it's like super quote unquote Americana, I could see jeans just in general. You know, like denim.
Yeah, right. Baggy jeans, fucking skinny jeans, like whatever.
Denim, yeah. Like, but it's very weird. Like, it's a very, very weird thing to put it on. Like, that would be like the American government coming out and being like, hey, we're really gonna squash communism, so you know what, no shoelaces. Like, what?
Okay.
Like, all right, cool. Everyone's wearing old man Velcro.
So the North Korean government has reportedly banned all but 15 non-socialist haircuts and ordered its citizens to consult a list of proper hairstyles.
Do we have pictures of these 15 haircuts?
To be honest, dude, I didn't know there were more than 15 haircuts. Like, when I go into the barber, they've got the little chart and there's like 5 different, you know what I mean? You're either getting like I don't know, man. There's like only so many haircuts. Let's see. North Korean haircuts.
List of haircuts. Let's see.
Lizard King. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Welcome to the conversation. And Isaiah Jelani. Probably ruined that, and I apologize for that. Emo Peter in the chat.
So technically, they have 30 haircuts, 15 for men and 15 for women.
That's just too many choices.
That's too many choices. It's like when you go to a restaurant, there's just too much shit on the menu.
Yeah.
I don't want any of them. I'm giving up.
All right, I don't know if we're looking at the same picture. Is it like a purple bat? Yeah. Okay, dude. Which one are you getting, man?
Bro, I gotta go. I don't know. I should just do like full Kim Jong's dad, the first Kim Jong.
The classic.
Yeah, like I should just shave all this like I'm actually going bald. Just leave it in back, cut it down here. I mean, if I'm gonna have to choose one, I'm going full dictator.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hold up. Let me pull it up for the folks at home so that they
Was it
can
Kim
pick
Jong
along
Il,
with
right?
us. Yeah, Kim Jong.
Yeah.
Kim Jong real ill.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at them, I mean, they're all pretty standard haircuts. I like the guy over there
They're
with the
pretty
purple
same.
collar,
Oh yeah, I dig it.
like in the middle over there.
Yeah, I dig it. What about the ladies? Which one is your wife getting?
Oh, hold up. Let me decide which haircut my wife's getting. We looking at the one with the pink background?
Yeah, man, I'm going with the Halle Berry. I got a black wife. She can rock that.
Yeah, she could. Let's see.
You see that? That's perfect, man. She'll rock the shit out of that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you are not Korean, most of these are not going to work for you. Let's see. All right, I'm looking at these classy cuts. It looks like it's out of a catalog from the 1960s, maybe 1967. Wait, which is the Halle Berry? Which one?
See, so let me go. It's like kind of the center to the right, second one in, next to the girl in the pink shirt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
See what I'm saying, man? Like,
Yes.
I mean, she'll be a little dated. It'll be like early 2000s, but
I'm
getting
going
old. It's okay.
I'm going top left, man. It's a oldie but a goodie.
Top left.
Yeah, just a regular ass haircut.
That's just that's the mom haircut. That's the mom from that 70s show.
Yeah.
You just making Victoria go straight old lady.
All of them look like old lady
They
haircuts,
are
to
pretty
be fair.
old lady.
Damn. Choices, man. Such a capitalist concept.
Pretty rough. They very much give me like a Hong Kong 1980s vibe.
Let's see what anybody has to say about this on Reddit.
This is too much, man. I just couldn't imagine going in and having dedicated haircuts.
I guess for the military, because if people could afford skinny jeans, they'd probably eat them. Ooh, yikes.
Oh, man.
Nailed it, Derpalicious. I love it. Oh, man, hot take. All right, well, guys, let us know what you think. What would you think would be the haircut that needed to be banned in North Korea? Anything else on that one, Caleb?
No, I think we're good. I think we got as much out of the dictator haircuts that we can.
So this one's good, dude. This is from BBC, and the headline is "Body of Missing Man Found in Spanish Dinosaur Statue." Did you hear about this one?
Body of missing man found in a dinosaur statue?
Dude, isn't that amazing?
That's a weird-ass headline. Okay.
So authorities were alerted on Saturday after a father and his son noticed a smell emanating from the papier-mâché figure in Santa Coloma, a suburb in Barcelona. The father then saw the corpse through a crack in the Stegosaurus' hollow leg. Police said the man had been reported missing by his family and no foul play is suspected. So this dude somehow climbed into a papier-mâché Stegosaurus and died in there.
Okay. That's very, yeah, he crawled in there and just died?
I guess, dude. I'm trying to figure out what the scenario for that would be.
Crawled?
No.
In there? Or did someone just kill the dude and stuff him in there?
Well, they said no foul play was expected. I'm trying to figure out if there was like a point of entry. Like, is the Stegosaurus got a big, opening in its butt? How did the guy get in there?
Like climbs into the butthole. Maybe he was going to do a prank. He was going to be like, "I'm a baby Stegosaurus," kind of Jim Carrey prank.
Yeah. Like when nature calls.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, this will be really funny. And then it didn't go the way he quite planned.
Yeah.
That very well could be.
He pulled a Gremlins, dude. He like the way the guy crawled down in the chimney.
Dude, have you ever seen, well, you've probably seen it, but Always Sunny, the Christmas special where Danny DeVito gets naked in the leather couch?
Yes. Yeah.
One of the funniest things that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, dude. That's another one just consistently hilarious.
Consistently good.
So the dude just crawled into the Stegosaurus. I can't find a picture of it that kind of shows what the actual statue looked like where he could get in, because I'm looking at pictures of it and I don't have a clear angle of how he ended up in the thing.
Let's see. I'm going to Google this. Stegosaurus.
Like, it doesn't look like there's anywhere he could get into it.
And died.
I wonder how big it is.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, this is like, yeah, I wonder where. Father and son notice a Stegosaurus statue. The corpse in one. Yeah, how do you get in that?
Dang, dude, a leg is like the perfect size to die inside.
Man, that's...
Dude, it looks like he might have been able to crawl through the mouth.
Dude, how small is this guy? A tiny little man.
I'm looking at a picture of a journalist in front of it, and its bottom mandible is missing, and she might be able to get into it. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Small little man.
So when you're like up close and personal with a statue of a stegosaurus, and it actually smells like a stegosaurus, you're in for a surprise.
What's going on? It actually smells exactly like it should.
Okay, this says man's body found upside down in dinosaur statue after he fell in getting phone. Damn, dude.
To get his phone?
Yeah, I guess he was taking a picture of the inside of the statue and just like, oh shit, I got to retrieve that, and crawled in and couldn't get
man. Well, hey, I mean, it's one less person taking selfies, so I feel like it's an overall win for society.
Yeah, Darwinism at its finest, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just how far we've come. All right. Well, I think that's about good for that story. All right. In Mother Russia, the ass eats you, Caleb. According to the New York Post, a 224-pound Russian woman reportedly killed husband with her buttocks.
Ooh, man. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. Dude, you can always count on New York Post to just hit us with the fucking nonstop.
Russian woman butt kill. That's what I'm Googling.
She faces some heavy-duty justice for sitting on her husband and strangling him to death with her massive buttocks during a boozy dispute. Tatiana O allegedly refused to let her husband go even as he begged for forgiveness. Their daughter saw him pinned face down on the bed and ran to seek help from the neighbors in that Russian city, according to the news outlet. A female neighbor who arrived reportedly decided the couple were in the midst of a domestic dispute and left. Look, I don't want to get in the middle of this. They're working it out. She said she merely wanted to calm her hubby down after the couple had been drinking. She probably did.
Man, she said that he died from asphyxia from blocking respiratory as his face was wedged into the mattress, and used her legs so he could not lift it.
Jesus, dude.
Man. They just look like two people this would happen to.
He does not look small enough to let that go down.
Oh, man. He doesn't look like a tiny little dude.
All right, like, you don't want to, like, abuse somebody. You don't want to, like, you don't want to, like, escalate it to a level where it's going to go bad for either of you. So what do? How do you get her off of you?
Well, no, if I'm dying, I'm throwing the bitch off. Like, what do you mean you don't want to abuse her?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I'm just not going to be like, oh, let's try to calmly talk this out as I'm wedged between her ass cheeks, gasping for air.
King of the Hills 34, Russian Derek Chauvin is wild. Ooh. Ooh, oh, man, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I agree with you. You definitely want to, like, push off. But I'm thinking, like, pinch her. Just pinch her real fucking hard on the thigh.
I don't think that's going to work.
You don't think?
No.
All right.
You don't think that's going to work?
Let me think how else you could do it.
She's big, but she's only 240 pounds. You can get 240 pounds off you.
I think, yeah, dude. You hear about people, like, lifting whole trains up off of their babies. Well, I don't know if you've ever heard that.
It was memory foam, and he just sunk in. He couldn't get a good grip. He just like pushing, and he just kept sinking more, like quicksand. Damn,
dude. Yep. It's an argument they will never forget. Thanks to the memory foam.
The memory foam.
Shit. That foam has got some dark memories, dude.
That is rough. That is rough.
I don't even know what else to say about it, dude. Like,
should have bought the hybrid with some spring coils in it, man.
Dude, the poor kid, though. Like, that's an image that you'll never forget. 32. No, I don't know. Hold
up. Does it say? I mean, was it teen?
I don't even think so. I think it was
daughter.
Like
no, it just says daughter. Man, either way, like, I don't know. Your mom suffocating your dad with her ass is pretty traumatic.
And the neighbor comes over, sees what's happening. It's like,
she's like, oh, fuck this. Just leaves.
Good luck, honey.
Oh man, that's too much.
Oh man. I enjoyed the meal like a true. I'm enjoying my meal like a true gentleman. Good. Oh, that's some shit. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you about these people. Normally stories about murder or just do not create such a hilarious mental image. But
no, normally I'm like, oh, someone died. I shouldn't joke about it. But then this, I'm like, I can't.
That's crazy.
I just can't. Yeah.
So, news of the weird. High school bus driver reveals. School bus driver reveals how kids escaped armed hijacking with nagging questions. This is from the Daily Mail. The school driver reveals how kids nagged themselves to freedom after being taken hostage by armed hijacker as cops say the suspect has tried to escape twice. South Carolina. The suspect let him go free after kids bugged hijacker with questions. The youngsters kept pestering Army trainee Collazo with questions during hijacking, and they were miles away from the next town. He sensed more questions coming, and he said, "Enough is enough already." And he told me to stop the bus and just get off. He was ambushed at gunpoint, tried to escape twice since he was arrested. Oh, he ambushed the bus at gunpoint and has tried to escape twice since his arrest. Dude, you know kids, man. They're just very inquisitive.
Oh, yeah. Is there a video or is it just it's just a picture?
I really do wish there was a video because
watch full video.
Wait, hold up. Where at?
Scroll down past the pictures.
Oh, no, dude. Oh, wow.
Oh, dude, he legit has like a straight up rifle. I didn't realize that. I mean, not that a what's it called would be any better, you know?
Let's see if I can play the audio from this. Play the audio for a
little cube.
Yeah. All right. I see surveillance footage. I don't think we get to hear the questions. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like legit.
Army trainee hijacks school bus with a rifle.
Why a school bus?
Yeah, I mean, are you trying to get ransom money, maybe?
So he kicked the bus driver off the bus, and he's driving the bus? I don't understand the end game.
Let's think about this. Let's try to visualize a series of questions that are so grating that they drive a person who, like, clearly you're getting into this with kids. What kind of questions, dude? Let's see. So there's a bunch of kids on a bus, and he just now hijacked it with his gun.
Is like the classic, "Are we there yet?" thing,
of
course.
You think it was just repeatedly, "Are we there yet?"
Or no, I mean, it could have been that, or it could have just been, honestly, "Oh, why did you kick the bus driver off? Oh, what's your gun? Oh, I did this. Why? Why? You know,
what's your favorite color?" Yeah, dude, I think you're right. I think it's "Are we there yet?" and "Why?"
Probably why is the number one, because kids do that. Why, you know?
How many whys do you have in you before you fucking...
Yeah, that's what if I ever get kidnapped, I'm just asking why a shit ton.
Or your favorite dinosaur. You know kids would be always asking about dinosaurs.
He's like, I don't know, man. He's like a stegosaurus.
He got off the bus and just runs and jumps straight into the statue.
That's what happened. He ran and just dived headfirst into that bitch's leg.
Oh man, I had to get away from my wife. She was sitting on me for fucking 45 minutes straight.
I went to this bus.
Bro. I mean,
what is wrong with people, man?
That's serious shit.
19 accounts of kidnapping. Good. Hope this dude gets a lot of rape in prison.
Lizard King said he was just having a major second thoughts about joining the army.
Like, how could I get out of this?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Some people fake bone spurs. Others kidnap a bus full of children. No yelling on the bus!
Yeah. It's like, I couldn't imagine that, man. Like, what the hell's wrong with people?
Nah, I mean, that's a scary story.
I don't get the end game. Like, it's not like there was money he was after or anything, but I don't get it.
I mean, you put in the call and you say, hey, I've got, how much are these 20 kids going to fetch me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How many questions do they ask? That's going to determine their value.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty crazy one, but good for those kids, man. Whether they're fighting them off physically or just running them off with their annoyance.
Annoying the shit out of them.
So I got a couple of good Florida man stories this week to talk about. This one was one that I feel like we've talked about before in a slightly different context. According to clickorlando.com, a large chunk of ice falls from the sky through Florida home's roof. The impact made a huge hole, and I mean the chunk of ice is about as big as a frisbee or something like that. It just fell straight out of the sky. Do you remember a story similar to this?
The only thing I remember is Mythbusters when they tested the blue ice from a plane.
That came up when we were talking about it because something had discharged out of an airplane, like the sewage or something.
Yeah.
And then this huge chunk of septic ice fell down and hit something. I don't think it actually like crashed through a home, but nobody was there and they don't know what it came from.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows what it came from? That's scary as hell, though.
A startling start to the morning for a homeowner in Danforth community in Palm City after a large, solid, heavy piece of ice fell from the sky and landed on the home's roof. Photos posted show a hole in the roof and a very large and thick piece of ice on the ground. Dude, that shit's big. You see the picture?
Dude, dude, that could kill you easily.
It's probably as heavy and as dense as that stepping stone next to it.
That reminds me of, this is like way more serious, but like, do people in Florida, I'm assuming they do this, fire guns up in the air?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yes,
dude,
that's actually our favorite pastime.
Back in New Mexico. All the time. And you always hear about someone dying like the next day.
There was a YouTuber. I'm not going to be able to remember the names of them. It's just hard to keep it all straight.
The guy and girl who shot each other?
No, that's terrible. This one's not as tragic, but there was a guy who was like trolling a popular YouTuber and actually showed up to his house, knocked on his door. The guy who owns the house comes out with a gun and says, yes. So you saw all this.
Yeah, I saw this. I used to be a fan of Boogie 2988. I used to think he seemed like a really good guy. I don't know. I just kind of have some issues with just him. He seems a little off for me, but I don't know. He could be a cool dude. Regardless of that, this dude's an asshole for showing up to his house and harassing him.
What? Yeah, dude. Watching the video, I was like, clearly this guy is in the wrong. Boogie got arrested for it.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, like, it's one of those things I'm like, dude, you came to his house and harassed him. Like, after saying online that you're going to come and you're going to kill him and he said all this stuff to him online and then showed up. You know, like, he should be arrested.
He should definitely be arrested. I think Boogie probably should be too, though, because what you were just talking about, like firing your warning shots into the sky and it coming down on a 6-year-old 2 blocks away, it's not justified, you know?
Well, and here's the thing is, I'm a firm believer of, if you're going to pull a gun, you pull it and you shoot it and you kill a person. That's the only reason you should ever pull a gun with that intent.
Yeah, I mean, I even respect what he was trying to do. He's like, this is my property. You're threatening me. All of the things were proper until he fired the thing off into the fucking air.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. And I'm 100% on his side because, like, this dude, I mean, it's like, dude, just not cool. Like, you don't just show up to someone's house like that.
No. I think, though, just lesson learned, you fucking pop them down at their feet, make them fucking dance. Don't pop that shit up in the sky. Just hold it sideways because you're from the 90s.
What an asshole, man. Not Boogie. I mean, I like you said, I feel like he was in the right, except for firing it.
Yeah, man. And that's just kind of crazy, though. Like, you don't wake up in the morning thinking that something's going to fall out of the sky and kill you, and yet it happens from time to time. This right here, if somebody was walking by, they'd be just dead, dude.
Dude, it's so crazy. Like, people do dumb shit like that. I won't say who, but I know someone personally, very close to me, family member, who randomly people drove down the neighborhood and they just bought a house in a nice subdivision with like a big cement wall. People randomly drove down the neighborhood and popped shots with a gun from a car, just in like one shot into each home on the top floor.
Oh my God.
And like, it luckily no one was killed or anything, but I'm like, it was at nighttime. Someone could have been sleeping in bed, and you could have killed someone.
Yeah, and
or walking around that room.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, dude. People just have so little of a concept about the actions that they do, man.
Mm-hmm. With so little respect for human life.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a story in California on the interstate last week where a road rage incident happened and a little 6-year-old got shot and killed in the back. You know, they were just sitting in the car and the person shot through their trunk and nobody even knows who did it.
Rage, man. Like,
yeah. Over like fucking what?
Fear. Yeah. That's every parent's worst fear. You know, something happened to your kid.
Yeah, that's terrible. We'll move on. We got some funny stuff to talk about. Oh, man, I'm still just picturing the guy jumping off the bus and into a stegosaurus. That shit is funny to me.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't know anything about how that shit fell out of the sky, but I thought it was interesting. This right here is where me and you are going to have a talk, because this is an interesting story that came out of Florida this week, and one of my favorite stories that I've heard in a while because it's just made so much news. In St. Johns County, Florida, the superintendent said Monday the district plans to make changes to its yearbook editorial process following the controversial decision by Bartram Trail High School employee to alter 80 photos of female students she interpreted to be in violation of the school's dress code policy. You've seen this, right?
This was Florida?
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know that. Yeah, I saw the story, and at first I was like, okay, let's see what these are. And I was expecting some like little hoochie mama outfits. You know?
Yeah.
And then I saw the pictures, the before pictures. Dude, these were not inappropriate pictures at all. Like, even remotely.
No, I mean, you know, it goes from where you can see cleavage to where you can't. And maybe if the Photoshop jobs were not just totally fucking botched, maybe you could. No, it's wrong in principle. It's wrong in principle. Yeah, dude. And the fact that the Photoshop jobs are so bad, I think, is just what makes it so much more.
That's what makes the story funny.
Yes, correct.
They even covered shoulders. Like, a girl just had like a normal shirt, but her arms were showing.
Dude, my favorite.
They really like took it and just put like spots of the same color on her.
Dude, scroll to the one where she's got a flannel shirt on,
and it's like just.
It's like they took a sleeve and just stapled it on the fucking side. Oh, this person sucks.
So I just was like, what the hell? No, principally, I do find it wrong, especially because I literally like. In the school I went to, there were some chicks who dressed like little strippers when they were like 15, like very inappropriate for school, which I agree. And there were also guys who dressed inappropriate, like little gangsters too, you know. But then I saw this, and so in my head, when I was like, people are freaking out about this, I'm like, okay, let's see what these little girls were looking at like. And then they show pictures of like perfectly normal, honestly, like conservatively dressed young ladies. You know, and I saw that and I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, and whoever thought that was like gonna fly of a Photoshop job is insane.
It's absolutely insane. That's what makes it funny, is the Photoshop job.
Do you think it's not like a Christian school or anything, is the other weird part about it?
No, not at all. I don't think so.
The girl with the really short hair and the pink top on, and then they just took like a big giant V and stuck it over the top of
like up to here.
Oh, what a bitch that lady is, dude. What a bitch.
That's amazing, though. It is hilarious. I kind of wish that happened in my yearbook, because I didn't even buy my yearbook, but I might have had that happen.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, dude, I want to see the one where they take all the little boys in their Speedos and they put them in those old-timey beach bathing suits with the sleeves and the.
Put them in like full-on Avengers spacesuits.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird, and I mean, like, we are definitely in a day and age where, like, I mean, the idea that women have to dress in that way feels like so old school.
Did you hear about the other story that's literally on the opposite end of this?
No.
Okay, so it's just so funny, but like, here's my firm belief. obviously you don't have to believe this. Going too far either way, you're a psychopath. You can take things too far either way. On the other end, there was a school in New York that did a mandatory porn class.
What?
Without telling the parents. Yeah, and it's not, I'm talking like sex ed. They covered cream pie, anal, BBC. They covered like everything.
All my favorite genres.
Yeah. And people were understandably pissed off. The parents were like, what the hell? It was like this lady who like just gave this big old presentation about porn and apparently showed slideshows of like different genres and
Whoa.
stuff. Yeah, like not a sex ed class. This is that was the name of this, like porn,
Man, how did I miss that story? That's also $1 million story. Holy shit.
Isn't that a crazy story? And the lady was like super defensive of it,
Yeah. She was trying to help these kids out. She's like, they're going to be exposed to porn anyways. Why not have me teach them about it at public school?
Yeah. So I guess it was a private school, but it was some like rich, high-end private school.
Sheesh.
It's so funny to me. I just heard that people were understandably just like really pissed, which I get it.
When you said the opposite, I thought that somebody was going into yearbooks and undressing the students.
Putting shopping up, putting big like fake boobs everywhere.
Damn, dude, it's like they hired the intro to Photoshop team to come in here and touch it up. I might have been able to do a slightly better job, I think.
Yeah, I probably could have, and I've never used Photoshop.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and like I remember what they said is if the students bring the yearbooks back, they can have a refund. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
I'm never bringing this back. This is going in a glass case in my house.
Oh yeah, like a time capsule of a bygone era.
Incredible.
Damn. Yeah, it would have been one thing if they covered up the guys or didn't put the guys in there, some sort of ideological consistency.
Well, and the thing that is too, I saw another thing where they said it wasn't even just the guys, like it was like women in the dance class or whatever too. That they didn't Photoshop those girls. It was just the individual pictures.
Yeah, dude, what a dumb idea. I wonder if I can see the person who did it. Let's see if I can dox him. No, I'm just kidding. Teacher that edited your...
Yeah, I'm just very curious to see who did it.
I'd imagine she looks like what we think she looks like.
It's just one of those things where I can really picture her just really angrily just sitting there just editing these pictures.
I don't want to post the wrong person on here, but I think I might have just
found anyone on here, even if the right person. Just don't
I'm just gonna post their picture, dude.
We're not doing this.
All right, fine. Oh hell, man! That girl with the little grunge flannel, man, she got done dirtiest of all.
Yeah, dude, that's my favorite one.
It's good. It's like, good stuff.
Yeah, just like throw it over. You would assume there's like a zipper on the other side, and she had like a flap.
Random Andy's channel. What's up, dude? We got Brad Feddick in the chat. Squad said Army of the Dead 4.6 out of 10, getting real specific with the decimal points there. I respect it.
I do respect it. That's very specific. I very want to know what is the difference between a 4.6 and a 4.5 though.
Grand Theft Otter. Hey everyone. Hello everyone. I dig it. That's incredible a good one.
Yeah, great name.
I like that.
What up, Brad?
Great. Party ruined. Brad Feddick is here, says King of the Hills 34. Those are my bros, man. That shit's so funny.
And speaking of Brad, he sent me a copy of Jin, the movie. I do need to watch this movie. I was going to watch it and talk about it on the podcast. I didn't, so I'm going to watch it next week and talk about it on the podcast.
Okay, yeah, I need to do that as well. Maybe it'll generate some interesting conversation. Another one that somebody keeps pushing hard for is Clown Nightmare, which I've never heard of, but
Clown Nightmare sounds incredible.
They're serious about it.
I'm getting Killer Clowns from Outer Space vibe.
I'm trying to figure out who sent me the
Clown Nightmare.
The negative one. Good name. Good name. Oh, hey, did you see the trailer for Last Night in Soho?
No, I didn't.
It's the new Edgar Wright movie, and it stars Anya Taylor-Joy and the girl from
Dude, Clown Nightmare legitimately just looks like porn. It looks like this could have been in that New York class.
Yes, yes, it does. That's what I thought when I saw it as well. But Edgar Wright apparently is doing a psychological thriller, so that should be interesting.
Dude, dope.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see him do something just a little different from his normal. I saw Anya Taylor-Joy on SNL. She hosted it last week, and it was lame. Does that surprise you?
SNL or her hosting?
Yeah.
Both?
Yeah, dude, it was lame.
So it was a standard episode.
Yeah, but she's like with the Elon Musk episode, it was so weird that it was definitely worth watching. This was not.
When is the last time that you've watched an SNL episode and you've been cracking up, like knee slapping, cracking up?
Let me hold up. There was one not too long ago that was actually really good. Yeah, it was. There might have been one banger this season, but it's like that. Like if you get one, it's going to be one good one per year. The Elon one was funny, but not for the right reasons.
How long do you think it'll ever get canceled?
Nah, dude, it's an institution.
No,
I mean, eventually they'll have to.
Will they? You're literally the only person I've ever heard bring it up. I'm not even like being hyperbolic. Like it's legitimately, you are the only person I know.
Timothy Chalamet one was pretty good. I'm looking through them, man. None of them are very funny.
No, they're not. They haven't been funny since, like, honestly, since maybe the early 90s.
I think Bill Burr killed it during his opening monologue, and it totally made people mad. Yeah,
Bill Burr's good.
And I like Weekend Update. That's the segment that I watch for, is for Michael. Dude, have you seen Michael Che's new show on HBO Max?
No, I haven't.
It's really good. It's not what I was expecting it to be, for sure. Michael Che's a little bit of a, kind of a counterculture guy, so his takes aren't always the ones that you would expect, and I respect the fuck out of it for it. His brother's a police officer, so his whole take on I
think he's funny.
Yeah. He's a trip, dude. He's super good. Very funny. And Colin Jost has got to be like the luckiest human being in the world.
Dude, he's on SNL. I didn't even know he was on SNL.
Who's that?
Michael Che?
Yeah, man. He's only Weekend Update. Him and Colin Jost. They don't do anything else. But that's where the good writing is at. It's like 5 minutes of good writing in a just sea of terrible fucking nonsense.
I feel like you're even being generous with 5 minutes of good writing.
I'm probably right now losing viewers just simply talking about SNL. So we'll move on. These kids are like, what are they even talking about? Yeah, all right. King of the Hills. Thank you very much. Weekend Update is still great on SNL. Agreed. SNL does get hits on YouTube. I like Weekend Update. Damn you, Jost. Yeah, dude, Colin Jost. That guy. You get what we're saying that for?
Sorry, I zoned out. You were talking about Weekend Update and SNL, and you were losing me as a subscriber on the fucking podcast.
Do you know why Colin Jost is lucky?
Why?
Because he's beating the bottoms out of Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay. Is that why?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Reddit. Florida man. Woman nurse chokes and bites an Uber driver during unprovoked attack. Victim suffered bloody bite mark on his neck. Man. It's maybe like
she was a vampire.
We only get just enough of the stories to wonder what the fuck is happening. You know what I mean?
It's like the lady, remember with the COVID, who like took off her mask. Well, she didn't have COVID and was like coughing in the guy's face. Like Uber driver is the shittiest job. Like respect to anyone who does it, because it's rough.
It's got to be so hard for Uber drivers to have somebody lose their shit in your car.
Dude, that has to be rough. I'm the other way. Like I'm like the guy who's like super nice and everything. I've had people be like, "Bro, we should hang out afterward." Like, no, bro.
Yeah, I am Mister. I'm gonna sit in your passenger seat unless you tell me otherwise.
Yeah,
start fucking with the dials on the radio and shit.
Yeah, I was like, we're best friends now because I'm in your car. That's how that works.
Pinellas County, Florida. A Florida woman lunged from the back seat and attacked her Uber driver, biting, choking, scratching the man, leaving him bloodied. Records show Michelle Stillwell of St. Pete was on Uber around 4:45 on Saturday when she started choking the driver while he was behind the wheel, first using her hands and then her arms in the unprovoked attack. So she really got in there with the fucking headlock.
Hell yeah, man. She went full fucking Jaguar. She just was like, I'm using everything.
Like a wild cat in the back of your car.
She's just like, man, I don't understand. I mean, what does an Uber driver have to do to get to the point where you are going to attack them?
That's what I would, dude. That is exactly what I was wondering. And I came, I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe he asked her to wear a mask, or maybe she asked him to wear a mask. Because these past couple years, that's almost guaranteed to start a physical altercation.
Having any sort of opinion on a mask, whether it's pro or anti, will get you into a fist fight.
Yeah, man. So that's one possibility. I mean, can you think of anything like if you were riding with an Uber driver, what would it take for you to just fucking go ravenous in the back seat?
So were they parked or was he driving?
He was driving, dude. He was driving, and he tried to pull over, and she crawled into the center console and bit him on the back of the neck, tearing flesh and leaving a bloody wound.
She went straight, dude.
Primal. She went
straight Army of the Dead is what she did. She was the queen zombie.
Maybe he started trying to explain the nuances of the conflict between Israel and Palestine.
He was like, so I have a completely rational, moderate take on Israel-Palestine, and she's lost it.
Yeah. Oh, man, shit.
Man, who knows? Yeah, I don't know I don't know any situation other than the Uber driver is attacking me that I would attack an Uber driver.
Yeah, well, that's actually a very fair assessment. If the Uber driver goes into the backseat to attack me, I'm fighting back.
Yeah, that's literally it. Even if the Uber driver, I think we've all been on those Uber drivers. You're like, this person's weird. This is uncomfortable. We've all been there.
Yeah,
not gonna attack the person.
So what if the Uber driver was playing Justin Bieber's "Yummy" just the whole entire ride? Got that yummy, yum. You don't know that song?
No.
Oh, dude,
I just picture him like he's playing like, "Come on, Barbie, let's go party," just like as loud as it'll go on repeat.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't wrap my head around why these people do the things that they do, man. Like I think about it, it's like, I guess I'm well adjusted. Like I don't think of myself as having my shit together, but like people are fucking nuts out here, dude.
Dude, yeah. Like actually, I do think of myself like I got my shit pretty good together, and I'm like, come on, you guys, like just. Life is easier if you get your shit together and if you're not a psycho.
Yeah, that's a good point. You don't know that song?
No, it just sounds like Justin Bieber. You've heard one Justin Bieber song, you've heard them all. I legitimately think he releases the same song over and over with just different titles and no one's noticed.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude. She is a vampire, says Jacob Lott. I think that is actually highly likely. Yeah, Florida. Oh, dude. She is on that Flocka.
She was on what?
Flocka?
Flocka just means skinny to me. What is Flocka?
Flocka is some weird drug. I think it's called like crocodilia or some shit.
The crocodile?
Yeah. Flocka is alpha PVP, a dangerous drug similar to bath salts. And there was a guy in Florida like 5 years ago who attacked a homeless man who was sitting under an overpass and ate his fucking face, dude.
Yeah, no. Yeah, don't be doing any drugs that are going to make you eat people's faces.
Eating people's... That sounds like a high that I just cannot wait to try.
Any drug that's going to turn me into a fucking dementor and I'm just going to like swarm on someone's face, I'm going to stay far away from it.
You're a coward.
Just like, nope, not doing any of that.
I like this. They call it the zombie drug. The zombie drug Flocka. This is according to RN, which, if I'm not mistaken, stands for really neat. Registered nurse. A new synthetic drug, Flocka, also known as gravel and zombie drug, is a new generation of bath salts. Flocka has been classified by the DEA as a Schedule 1. These drugs are designated as having no medical uses and being highly prone to substance abuse, dangerous to use, and unable to be used safely, even under supervision of a physician, and likely to produce the symptoms of physical or physiological dependence. And this is that kind of shit that, like, you could get from gas stations, I think, you know?
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Like me and my wife actually just started watching Intervention the other night. Have you ever watched that show, man?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, it's wild. I told her, I'm like, when our daughter's old enough, she's watching this fucking show because, man, watching that show will make you never want to try anything.
So, okay, the following 10 facts have been identified in Flocka users. Number 1, it makes people move like zombies, jerking and contorting in an unnerving and inhuman way. That's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Number 2, it has made people kill. Holy shit. Oh, cool. It's made people kill. All right, number 3, it's 10 times stronger than cocaine. Don't know how you can compare things like that, but okay, whatever.
I feel like any drug that makes you eat another man's face is at least 10 times harder than any other drug.
It can stop the sensation of pain.
Yeah, that's... So it literally turns you into a zombie. You have to shoot this person in the head to stop that.
Yeah, dude. Number 5, it created a pandemic of dangerous paranoid streakers. What? What the fuck is this thing? People overdosing on Flocka aren't just violent, they're completely fearless. It gives users super strength. It makes users suicidal. For a link, and you can. It hasn't gone away. It's still available. It's a zombie drug. That's all very, very weird. Dude, did you ever smoke spice?
Dude, I've never done any. I've never even smoked weed, bro.
Really?
Yeah, no. I grew up around crackheads and shit, man. You grow up around crackheads, it'll make you never want to do drugs ever.
Yeah, but cannabis is not a drug.
Dude, it's a drug. Like alcohol's a drug. It's all drugs.
Nah, dude.
Caffeine's a drug. You know, like
you drink coffee?
Yeah, I drink coffee. That's my one drug.
Junkie.
And I used to be a drunk. That was the one thing that I finally like broke my rule of and got super into. So I just stay away from all of it.
That's smart. There was a time when dude, it was the weirdest thing. There was a time when I smoked spice. You get it from the gas station, right? And you think like, oh, if they sell it in the store, it's got to be like, okay, it's legal or whatever. I'm not going to get any trouble for it. I lost my mind for like 5 minutes in the most bizarre. I was with a buddy and like he started laughing uncontrollably, and I thought that he was laughing at me, and it like clicked me into this fucking insane rage. And Victoria was like, you guys got to chill out, because she wasn't doing it. She's just like, oh my God. And within like 5 or 10 minutes, both of us are just sitting there like, never again.
Yeah, man, I just have a very like addictive personality in general. So I stay away from all that shit. I just know me. Like I feel like everything. Alcohol's fine if you do it in moderation. Weed's fine if you do it in moderation. Everything's fine. But I feel like I know me. I know me as a person. I get addicted to everything. Like in my single days, pretty much borderline sex addict, drunk. Like I overate. I was 400 pounds. Like I have no self-control. So it's all or nothing for me. So I stay away from it all.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. Maybe it was just, I don't know what the reason that I got into it was originally, smoking weed and stuff. I think, there was this girl that I was interested in. She was a grade higher than me, and she was like into grunge rock and like cool music and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, that girl's great. She was stacked, dude. She had them heavies. And I was just like, yeah, anything you say is cool. It's cool.
Anything.
And yeah.
I will eat your face if that's what it takes to get with you.
And yeah, man. Yeah, so that was kind of the first time I smoked pot was out of a little Coke can when I was in 7th grade. And yeah, still a pretty big fan of it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I know you are.
Anyways, all right.
You know what's funny on a tangent? When I tell people I don't smoke weed, they think I'm like super anti-weed. You know, which is so funny. That I'm like, No, I never said that. I just said I don't smoke, but
Yeah.
like instantly, most people get like super offended. I'm like, I don't care what you do.
Like, no, I literally don't care what you do. Don't judge me for not doing it.
Exactly. Don't be for not partaking. I'm not going to judge you for partaking.
No shit. All right. Well, that lady flipped out, dude. He was playing Yummy Yum, and I think he lost. She got arrested, and yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what else to say. I wish that I could get like footage. Like everybody, if you're gonna drive Uber,
my echo is super back again.
Huh. I have not changed anything. Let's see. Check. Let me see if this helps or hinders. We're gonna have to hang tight for just a second to see if I can't get a read here.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is because I know on my end it sounds fine to you, doesn't it?
It does. It does. You guys let us know in the comment section if you can still hear me and if Caleb's echo has gone away.
I have no idea what's going on.
Brad Fedek says, I learned that I had an addictive personality at age 11, so to this day, I've never tried drugs or any form of alcohol, except for one sip of wine at my wedding, and I spit it into the glass.
Wine is disgusting. My wife's probably drinking wine right now because she has friends over.
My wife enjoys wine. Neither of us drink, like me or my wife. I mean, I will put them back, especially like at social situations, but like daily, I don't drink. I've probably had 5 drinks since 4:00 this afternoon. No, I'm just kidding. I've probably had 5 drinks this month.
I would drink like a 5th in a sitting.
Oh my God. That's like my younger brother.
Like 4 nights a week, man, at my worst.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, rough stuff, man.
That is tough. When it's like that, then yes, it's definitely time to
just
check
stay
out.
away from it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I used to be a hardcore binge drinker, but I was never like had to wake up in the morning to drink to like get rid of shakes or anything.
No, I just stayed drunk and then you go for the shake.
Yeah, dude. All right, well, good. It sounds like the audio is working well. That's excellent. So we're gonna switch gears over and talk about a little bit of movie news. I didn't have a whole lot, but there's one topic that I was interested in, and then one that's like huge news. But the one that I wanted to talk about earlier when I mentioned Sam Raimi and I mentioned Bruce Campbell is that there's a next chapter in the Evil Dead coming out, Caleb.
There's another chapter?
There is it is a sequel to Army of Darkness.
But not a sequel to the show?
Correct.
And Bruce Campbell's back in it.
All right, actually...
This is getting some X-Men level timeline.
Yeah, I know. You're absolutely right. And I don't know. Okay, so it says the next chapter, this is from Variety, the next chapter in the saga builds off the original trilogy rather than the 2013 reboot and moves the action out of the woods and into the city. First of all, what do you think about leaving the cabin in the woods for the city?
Awesome. I like that a lot,
right?
Actually. Yeah, I think that's a great move.
Yeah, this is what we've been needing to do to just kind of mix up the formula. The Twisted Tale centers on 2 estranged sisters, portrayed by Alisa Sutherland and Lily Sullivan, whose reunion is cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into a primal battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable. So the sisters are going to have to kill their family.
So Campbell's not... He's probably in it, but he's not the lead. It doesn't sound like.
It sounds like we've got 2 sisters. Like I saw their pictures. They're, women, but not old. They're probably, the older of the 2 is probably 30 or something like that. I really liked the 2013 reboot. You didn't see it, did you?
No, I saw it. I saw it in theater.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. It just, for me, it's so tied to Bruce Campbell and that tone. I adore the show, though.
Yeah, I like the show a lot.
Yeah, that one didn't take for me. This sounds like it's going to be like a passing of the torch movie is kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah. And like, I just like the idea that they're kind of taking the reboot and pushing it off to the side and going back. I feel like this is a kind of cool way to, like revitalize. Yeah. Because I love 2018's Halloween. Did you like it?
No, that was the one that's not the reboot. That the one that's I never saw that one.
It's pretty good. It's not great, but it's definitely the best of the Halloween sequels. But I feel like even though Sam Raimi's not directing this one, just the fact that he is going to be involved as a producer gives it pretty good chances of being good. And then it's coming out on HBO Max, which is just super convenient. So it's almost like no stakes. I'm going to get a new Evil Dead movie, and I don't have to pay or leave the house to check it out.
Oh yeah, man! I'll have to sign back up for it because this is my thing with HBO Max: sign up, cancel, then something else comes out. I want to sign up again.
Yeah, it's a smart strategy, if I'm being honest. You can't watch everything at once anyways.
No, and now I've been on my Kurosawa kick, so I've just been watching Criterion Collection when I have time. So
the title is
I cancel
Evil
that.
Dead Rise, and it is being produced by New Line Cinema, baby. I love New Line.
I do too, man.
They
I
make
really
such
hope they-
bad movies.
I really hope they keep the like horror comedy tone.
So more like Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 2.
Yes, the good ones.
So does that explain why you might not have liked 2013s as much, because they took a bit of that out?
That's 100% why.
Yeah.
That is 100% why. I wanted like more horror comedy, and then I went, I'm like, oh, you guys just went way more serious. It had some moments that were like so over the top, it was funny.
Yeah.
But it wasn't what I wanted.
I can totally see that. And I felt like what you just said, like the gallows humor strictly comes from just how terrible the shit that happens in the movie is.
I mean, Evil Dead. So my exposure, I think I've told you this. I saw Army of Darkness as a kid in a drive-in theater when it came out.
It's awesome.
Watched about half of it, scared the crap out of me, so we left. And then as an adult, I went back and I didn't even realize it was, well, not as an adult, I was like 13 or 14, not why I said adult. As a preteen, I went back and saw Evil Dead 2, and I fell in love with it, specifically the scene where he has a shotgun and he's like dancing. It's like so bad and crazy that I just fell in love with it. And then moved back and watched Army of Darkness, and I love those two.
Yeah. I'm same with you. Army of Darkness is actually my favorite of the Evil Dead movies.
I think it's very, for me, Evil Dead 2 is I don't know. Those are pretty close. Like I go back and forth. Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness.
Ooh, Cat Drums 3 says Evil Dead 2 is the worst in the series, and Cabin in the Woods was a better Evil Dead remake. I can see that.
I wouldn't agree with Evil Dead 2, but I will definitely agree with the Cabin in the Woods is a better Evil Dead remake.
Cabin in the Woods is so fucking fun. Yeah, and we got a little taste of what it would be like to have Deadites in modern society, like in public at the S-Mart scene at the end of Army of Darkness. It lasts like 2 minutes, and it's like, oh, that could be the fucking movie.
I think everyone who finished that movie always wanted that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We never got it, and then we got the show, which is the first season in particular is spectacular.
So does Bruce Campbell as Ash need to be in the movie?
At least once. I think he needs, I don't know. I mean, this could just be a new story. This actually would be, this could just be a new story and set in the world. I guess you don't necessarily need him, but it would be nice to see him.
And when you said the timelines are all fucked up a minute ago, you're absolutely right, but they always have been. Thinking back about it, it's like the 100%. First two are a mess anyways.
Evil Dead 1 and 2?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like Evil Dead, the best Evil Dead remake is Evil Dead 2. That's the best Evil Dead remake.
For sure. Yeah. Agreed with that. It's really interesting because at the beginning, like all of that shit happened. So then like, why did Ash go back?
Yeah, I don't understand it because to me, Evil Dead like completely negates everything. Evil Dead 2 completely negates everything that happened in Evil Dead 1. To me, Evil Dead 2 is just Evil Dead 1. Like, I don't understand it.
Shout out to Oscar Mooney in the chat. He said, love your videos with Holden and Matt. Shout out to you from Ireland. Back at you, man. Thank you for stopping by. Always good to see new faces. So last movie news story, and then we're going to jump into some Patreon topics. Speaking of Sam Raimi, we've got casting for Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the Hunter is a character that I've been kind of saying, I mean, me and a million other people, that we would like to see him as the villain in a Spider-Man movie simply because we haven't got that yet. Well, Sony is in an interesting situation where although they're not able to like make Spider-Man movies on their own, they're able to use all the characters from Spider-Man's comic book, rogues gallery, all his villains. And that's why we see a Venom movie and franchise being spawned. And we've got a Morbius movie coming out. And we got Tom Hardy as fucking Venom, Woody Harrelson as Carnage. We got Jared Leto as Morbius, and now we have Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven the Hunter. Caleb, does that move the needle for you?
So I don't really care about this project at all. Mainly because I just don't have a desire to see a Kraven movie any more than I had a desire to really watch. Well, not even considerably less than I even had a desire to watch a Venom-led movie, and considerably less more I wanted to see a Morbius movie. I don't think the casting's bad. I've always liked him. I loved him in Kick-Ass. He's incredible in that. I think he's actually really good in Age of Ultron as well. Even though he's a smaller role. Yeah, it doesn't move the needle at all. What about you?
Aaron Taylor Johnson has, he's not really known for having a lot of range. He was in Kick-Ass, which I think is great. Really enjoy it. It's not like his performance is transcendental or something like that. He was good, like you said, in Age of Ultron for the small role that he's got in it. I like 2014's Godzilla, and I thought he was good and naturalistic. He's a stoic character. He didn't have a lot of depth, but I thought his performance was good. But in Tenet, he is fucking awesome.
Really?
Dude, he's so good in Tenet. Like, I could not tell it was him. It took me 15 minutes of the movie before I was like, oh shit, that's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
So is he in it like at the beginning?
No.
Or is it not? Okay, because I don't think I got to that far in Tenet.
No, he doesn't show up until like almost the third act, and he is just fucking huge and big bald on the top with a big giant beard. He's like super burly and got like a really thick Cockney accent. It's a really good performance. I was impressed by it. So with that in mind, just that one performance, I'm like, yeah, I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's a better actor than I've ever really given him credit for. I think he's a little young for Kraven in my mind, but I'm getting older. I mean, he's probably 35 years old, so it's not like he's a kid,
As my age? Yeah, not a kid.
Yeah. He looks young. But I'm looking at some concept art on Screen Rant, and it looks pretty cool. Like I think he could do a good job.
Do you think though he's the type of character that can really lead? I'm sure at some point in time I guarantee you there's a comic out there about Kraven that I haven't read where he is the lead. But it's just like something that I don't know. I just don't really never even thought about. Like I thought about him as a villain, but I never thought about him as anything more than that.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing with Venom. It's like I've thought about him in terms of Spider-Man. Like I've thought about his relationship with Spider-Man. I've never been like, it would be great a Kraven movie.
Yeah.
Morbius, I think, is more. I'm more hyped for Morbius, but to me, Morbius the living vampire exists outside of Spider-Man, where Kraven and fucking Venom do not.
Well, and then even the Morbius, I'm more excited. I've never once been like, what, we really need a Morbius solo film.
I wonder how this is all going to play out. I really wonder how this is all going to play out. In particular, how these characters are going to or not going to tie into the rest of the Marvel canon at some point. It's really interesting. Spider-Man is just such a wild card. Everything that happened between Disney and Sony was unlike anything else that's ever happened before. And the fact that Sony has all of these, valuable face cards in the deck, but they don't have the ace of spades, it's interesting to see them make these plays to try to build up a universe around Spider-Man to make him so essential to their universe that they have to it's almost like they're trying to earn leverage, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Honestly, they're just trying to get in on the fun, try to build a universe because that's what everyone has to do now is a universe. We can't have one movie. I mean, even Army of the Dead is what we're talking about. It's a universe. It's a show and a sequel, and it's everything.
Yeah, and I'm kind of acclimated to it at this point. I do feel like it's eventually gonna have to kind of go the other way again. People are just going to get tired of such interconnectivity that you can't just watch 1 or 3 movies. You've got to see 30 of them to get the full picture. That's just a lot.
For me, I'm already there. Like if I find something that's part of a universe, I'm like, yep, I'm out. I'm not even going to watch it. That's how I am.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, won't even partake in it because why would I watch one franchise that is essentially the same shit for 15 movies when I could get 15 different experiences. My time is limited throughout the day, throughout the week, just like everyone else's. I would rather have more experiences than just one. You know,
Yeah.
that's just how I think. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. It's like the people who, for me, I'm the same way with video games. Like, I'm not the type of person who's just gonna play Call of Duty and Call of Duty only and play every game. Because why? I could get 1,000 different experiences if I'm gonna put in 1,000 hours.
Oh
You know?
shit, yeah, dude. No, I agree completely. Just like having variety is something that like something that we have that people haven't had forever. So to just constantly go back to the same well when I mean, there are so many different paths that any of these studios could take to just see them constantly trying to bring everything together and putting only marquee characters into it. It just gets exhausting.
Yeah, it's the fatigue for me, whether it's superhero, Star Wars fatigue. I feel it all. Like I can't, man, anymore. I'm just like I'm officially off the superhero bandwagon. I'm officially off the Star Wars bandwagon. Like I don't want to do anything with any of it. I'm just so fatigued from it.
Dude, I think I might have disconnected.
Oh my goodness.
Are you looking at the live?
Yeah, but it's always on that delay.
Are we still on there?
Yeah, we're still on there on the thing, so we'll see.
I must have lost my my window somehow. That's just weird.
Well, we're still going. I'll let you know if it shuts off, but so far we're still going.
That's so strange. We can hear him. It's like they can't see. Hopefully I'm back now.
You're still live. Yep, we're good.
Okay, but I disappeared you somehow, so I need to bring you back up. There we go. All right, well, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but we're back in it, I guess, for now. All right, so yeah, Kraven the Hunter. I would actually like to hear from those of you that are in the super chat right now. Let us know if you actually are excited about first of all, the movie itself, and then the casting. I just now realized that Aaron Taylor Johnson is a mere 30 years old. That's a young dude.
It's a young dude. It's a young man.
And he's got a pretty impressive resume. Did you know his wife is like 50?
Really?
Yeah. She is much older. I saw some creepy pictures of them from when he was like a boy. When he's like 18.
He was a young man.
Yeah, dude. She is lurking.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Not a little weird. It's very weird.
She could definitely be his son. Aaron Taylor Johnson wife. It's not that she's not a nice looking lady, but she is just clearly 54 years old. Woo! Definitely old enough to be his mama.
Yeah.
Is that hot, dude?
I don't know. So the first girl I ever slept with was at like 35 years old.
How old were you? Like 15?
No, dude, I was a late bloomer. I was like 19.
Okay, that's reasonable.
But she was like 35-year-old, and she was my boss.
Oh wow! Did you?
So, yeah,
you continued to work for her afterwards?
Yes, and she was married, which was stupid.
Did you get preferential treatment?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there. See, it's all worth it then, dude.
No, I was an idiot. I was an idiot on that. You know.
I told you this story before. I probably hadn't put it on the Movies Are Terrible channel, but I remember my friend's mother like calling me into her closet to smoke cannabis with her, and
then she stuck her fingers in your butt.
Yes, she did.
Yes, that's the story.
No, we made out. That's all. It wasn't. Yeah. It didn't go too much further than that.
It didn't go quite into the light pegging.
No. Oh hell! I keep. I don't know. It's like my windows are automatically closing themselves out, but that's all right. We're gonna go ahead and switch gears.
As long as we can hear, we got it.
Patreon topics. Let me pull out my phone real quick. No, I got a couple of good ones from the Team Terrible MVPs. Let's see if I got one from MGO sold to Amazon is done for $8.5 billion from Brad Feddick. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I didn't read into it, but I just saw the headline.
I have so little insight to this conversation that I feel like a dummy even touching on it. So let's all learn a little bit about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm in the same boat as you. I read the headline. That's the depth of my knowledge.
Okay, so according to the New York Times, James Bond meet Jeff Bezos. Amazon makes $8.45 billion deal for MGM. MGM, while diminished, commanded a premium price, with Amazon seeking to bolster its crucial Prime membership offering. So MGM, man, good studio, right?
Speaking of what we're talking about, I just see the headline: a Legally Blonde movie universe.
Oh, fuck. Really, dude?
MGM. Yeah, really?
Oh,
My God.
man.
Okay, anyway, continue the story. I just saw that.
MGM is like one of the great movie production
100%.
studios.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that.
97-year-old film and television studio, 40% more than other prospective buyers, including Apple and Comcast, thought MGM was worth. The studio, which had been shopped around for months, was once home to, quote, more stars than the heavens. But its vast production, lost pre-1986 film library were sold off decades ago. Oh, wow. Its vast production lot and pre-1986 film library were sold off decades ago. So I feel like that's where a lot of their strong shit was.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that.
MGM does come with one Hollywood crown jewel. Bum bada bum 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 bada bum 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 bum. James Bond.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a huge buy right there.
God, dude, 8.45 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's you know, I don't know if it was necessary. I feel like Amazon could have just probably put money into their own projects. But I guess James Bond. I mean, but what else?
So why did Amazon pay such a startling premium? For starters, it can. The company has $71 billion in cash and a market capitalization of $1.64 trillion. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's founder and chief executive, is known as a conservative buyer. The purchase of Whole Foods for $13.4 billion in 2017 was the biggest acquisition. Oh my God, dude. Amazon is about to run us all.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's totally. So here's some of the MGM franchises. I'm sorry, just look at, see if any of these you think are really worth it.
Hit
so
me,
James
let's go.
Bond, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Handmaid's Tale.
Sure.
Rocky franchise.
I don't know how much money's in it, but all right.
Pink Panther.
Okay.
Vikings.
Supposed to be good.
Legally Blonde.
Okay.
Stargate.
Sure.
RoboCop.
Let's go. Give me fucking RoboCop. Silence of the Lambs.
Like, as far as like franchises go, I mean, I'm sure there's more, but like that's what they list on MGM's webpage as their franchises.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's the stuff that they're excited about. I don't know if anything besides James Bond and maybe some RoboCop and some Stargate you can get some legs on.
I think that Handmaid's Tale does well.
Dude, here's where they're gonna make their money.
Hit me.
This is where they're gonna make their money, dude. Not even in films. Featured unscripted television, Real Housewives, Botched, The Hills, all of that crap.
Yep.
Martha Stewart, Shark Tank, The Voice.
Yep. You're right.
World Stuff, that's where their money's at.
A ton of popular, non-scripted, cheap to produce reality television with strong brands.
Yeah, that's where their money that is worth it. You know, which is ironic, you know, like that's because everything else I'm seeing besides maybe Fargo and the Mr. Mom Crackle original series is one of their shows. No one's like clamoring for the Mr. Oh, one of your franchises, Candyman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's some things in here, but nothing that I'm like, holy crap.
No, and none of it seems like huge revenue streams other than the one that you mentioned, which is, other than the ones you mentioned, the television series, and then James Bond.
I would say probably, honestly, I would not be shocked if their biggest franchise they purchased was the Real Housewives.
Right? Because there's like a bunch of those, right?
Dude, I don't even know how many of those are. I know there's like Real Housewives of Atlanta because my wife watches some of them. I think Orange County, Jersey.
I want Real Housewives of North Korea.
That's something I would watch.
Fuck yeah, dude.
They just have one of every different haircut. There's 15 cast members.
Real Housewives of blank. Real Housewives of Belarus.
How much money? I want to see how this is very interesting to me. How much money does Real Housewives?
Real Housewives of Arab Sheiks. It's like 14 of them for one guy.
Per episode. That's highest paid. I mean, these people are making like 2.8 mil. They're making over like 500,000 per episode. So this is a big franchise.
Oh, holy shit! Much. Wait, the cast is?
The cast is
unbelievable.
So
unbelievable.
Yeah.
$500,000 per cast member per episode.
Crazy, man.
Money just gets to be like so. It's just far out how like people are even like living in a world like where some people get so little and some people get so much. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I guess I was trying to find a value for the whole franchise. I can't find it, but it has to be worth a lot.
Let's see. All right, next one. Mark McKeever, thank you for the topic. He mentioned the Kraven casting as well. And then he sent me an article about this Willy Wonka thing that we've talked about just a little bit, the origin story film Wonka. And he said, pay attention to paragraph number 5. So that's 1, 2, 3. Taika Waititi is separately making a pair of animated series for Netflix, one centered on the world of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and one based on the Oompa Loompas. It looks like Timothy Chalamet is potentially going to be playing Wonka, and I don't know, man. What do you think about any of this?
I think it sounds like they're launching another universe. Is what it sounds like. That's what I think it sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I'm not I love the first Willy Wonka freaked me out as a kid.
Yeah.
But that's the best one in my opinion. Like for me, I know there are a lot of people out there probably with a lot of nostalgia for it. For me, I'm not clamoring for any more Willy Wonka.
I love Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka. Not Gene Wilder. Yeah, Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka. That first one it's a classic for people of my generation, probably younger as well. And I think Timothy Chalamet is a decent choice to play him if we're gonna do it. You know, I feel like if you were like, hey, who are 5 young actors that you would pick to play Willy Wonka? Timothy Chalamet would probably be in my top 3. I think
Which
he's
one
pretty.
Is Timothy Chalamet?
He's in Dune. He's in Call Me by Your Name. He is the very.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
Very like wafy looking little androgynous dude.
Yeah, no, and I feel like kind of androgynous is perfect for that character.
Yeah. He's definitely got a look that could work for it. But I'm so much more interested in the Taika Waititi animated versions of this. Like, come on.
100%. 100%. That's way more interesting.
It really lends itself better to children's animated films than some dark, gritty origin story about Willy Wonka.
Yeah, like just going through the jungle, just like hacking away Oompa Loompas and throwing them in cages. That's what I want. I want Zack Snyder's dark, epic Oompa Loompa origin story.
It's like a allegory for colonialism, and he's like going and actually taking Oompa Loompa slaves and sending them back over to the chocolate factory.
I just want like a fight scene that's like 300 with a bunch of Oompa Loompas just like coming down a hill. That's the movie I want.
I drink your milkshake. Oh shit, man. Taika Waititi stuff sounds so much more worthwhile watching as is being reported. Yeah, I couldn't 100%. Agree more. That's kind of where I think we're both at. And you know, it's very possible that they're not going a dark and gritty version. I don't know what they're actually going to do. Hopefully Ian is not watching. I agree, man. Hopefully Ian is not watching.
Is he just like some diehard Wonka Factory guy?
Oh, maybe. But I don't know. I mean, I could only speculate. I hope that I don't know. Like and Fire 7. Hello, I'm a recent fan of your channel and really love how you break down and discuss films you watch. You seem so down to earth and true to your craft on your channel. Well, thank you very much. He said, keep doing
he's not
you,
down to
man.
earth. He's a complete prick.
Very. The second I get off the line live, I just start berating Caleb.
Yeah, he just yells at me till I cry. That works. And we don't talk again until Thursday.
Correct. Correct.
No, seriously.
Why did you make your fucking mic echo, Caleb?
Yeah. So stupid. No one likes Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Ian recently made a Willy Wonka video. I wonder what that's about. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Let's see if it's
diversity. And away we go. I don't remember him making I normally pay attention to what he's uploading and
it is
and
like
our parents sucked.
This movie
so
still
made me care even less.
I feel like this movie still holds up.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
It's like 100% classic.
It's a classic. And
there you go, folks.
Talking about, or is it the new one?
No, it's the original.
Okay, cool. Then I support that.
Agreed.
A lot of shit if it was the new one.
I kind of liked that one, man.
The new one?
Yeah, I mean, new is in like 2015.
Yeah.
Not for you.
Wasn't for me, man. No,
did you hear? Oh, bro. I know that it's like a whole thing, but did you hear that Amber Heard didn't write that report?
No, I didn't.
Amber Heard did not write that whole big op-ed that was posted in that magazine about Johnny Depp. The publication wrote the paper, and then she signed off on it afterwards. And Johnny Depp's like trying to pursue legal actions against them for defamation.
She is pursuing?
Johnny Depp's trying to sue again. I mean, they didn't accept his appeal the last time that he tried to sue. But I've very much been in the camp of like, fuck those weirdos. They're both fucking weirdos. Who cares what happened behind their closed doors? But after hearing this, I'm a little bit more like, damn, Amber Heard really is it's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you. I don't care about celebrity personal lives.
It's the way to be. That's the way to be. Yeah, people are like, fire Amber Heard because cancel culture sucks. And I'm like, you hear yourself talking, right?
The best thing to do with celebrities. Treat them as strangers because they are strangers. Do not care about their politics. Do not care about their personal lives. Who gives a shit? Care about their craft.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if you get rid of every actor, artist, creative type that's done something terrible, then we just don't have any good art anymore.
No, I mean, if you get rid of every person that's done it, we just don't have people.
Yeah.
Every person's done some bad shit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I agree. And on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up now. Thank you guys very much for stopping by.
Dark, no.
What do you mean? I thought that was optimistic.
that we're all pieces of shit who've done bad stuff.
You heard it from Caleb, folks. Caleb thinks you suck. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, do us a favor. Take a second to click that little thumbs up button down there. And if you hated this video, do me a favor. Take just a second. Click that little thumbs up button down there. That way when I look at the impressions, I can say, wow, these people either really liked or really hated this thing. And that will help. That will help me to figure out what kind of content to make. Check out Patreon. The link's down in the description. There's a couple different tiers. And if you subscribe as a Patreon supporter at any tier, you're able to have your topics discussed on the podcast. I mentioned it up at the top, but head over and check out Terrible Apparel. We got some cool merchandise over there. And until next time, and on behalf of both me and Caleb, be terrible, baby. Bye.